You know who some people call Mr. Fix-It? Jeff.
And Rand.
Take 500.
Actually, that would be a very stupid thing to tell me because I don't know how to fix anything. Karmen, my wife's actually more handy than I am.
She does all the fixing around the house?
No, she doesn't do all the fixing. Like, I'll do some of the fixing just because I think that should be the job of, both, whoever is just there and can do it better.
Does she do it because she's better at it?
She is better at many things.
See, in my house, my wife does a lot of fixing too. I feel I have adequate skill, but a lot of times I'm just lazy, and she picks up the slack and does it.
Thanks, Rachel. You're a great wife. No, for me, I mean, I combat my laziness. Like, I could be lazy, and maybe I will be after I've been married as long as you have. But right now, I'm still trying to, help and,
Impress.
Yeah.
All right.
Still trying to win her over. So let's see how we're going to end this show.
All right. Today we are going to create a top 10 list.
Great. Let us know what it is.
The producers give us a theme, and we each create a top 5 list of that theme, and then list them off, alternating. Thanks, producers.
Thanks, producers. I had to go grab it myself because today we do not have producers. It's just us.
Flying solo.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
But hey, it's working.
Yeah.
All right, so earlier today we were driving my wife's car around, and the power steering was going out. I felt it. We heard it kind of.
It makes some strange sounds.
Kind of like a whining.
It's getting difficult for you to turn, it looked like.
Yeah, so we were at a store and bought some power steering fluid.
That seemed like the obvious solution to clear up that little issue.
Yeah. Poured it in.
And
then
the car caught on fire.
It didn't catch on fire, but we stopped, and I was the first to notice it. I noticed some smoke coming out of the hood, but I started the car, and I was like, oh, did you see that smoke? And he didn't notice it until the next stop, and so we pulled over into a parking lot, and yeah, it was smoking.
So, yeah. And, car repair, it seems to be that thing, like, as men, stereotypically, we're supposed to be the ones that know how to fix cars. Stereotypically, not that we necessarily buy into that gender bias.
I think that's one thing that my wife is a little more handy with. I think if we were to have to like make car repairs on the side of the road, I would do my best, but I think she would probably be more capable.
Like doing like the mechanic fixing stuff?
Yeah, like changing tires, changing oil, and things like that. I mean, I know how to do it, but she has more experience doing it and is better at it. So, I mean, I can do it, but some of it. None of it. Just kidding. I can do some of it, but yeah.
So what do you say is the worst thing that ever happened to your car?
Actually, well, I've never really had any. I had my car slide in ice and hit something once, or just outside of the road, the rail. The worst thing that's ever happened in a car while I was driving it actually happened to your truck when we were moving you to Laguna Miguel. And we like blew a hole in your engine.
That would have been my story as well.
Yeah. I was driving his black truck.
It's a black truck that an older truck that I inherited from my family to help us move down from Washington to California. Mm-hmm. We were making the drive, and yeah, around the last side of Los Angeles, the engine blew, and
yeah,
that was the end of that truck.
And it was we were almost there, and we were going up a hill, and it was packed probably more than it should have been with his stuff.
All my stuff.
And like once I felt like the car was laboring particularly much, I turned off all the AC and everything off, and just to try to salvage it. And I'm lucky he didn't like find it to be my fault. I feel it wasn't my fault. It was unfortunate that I was driving his car when it broke down, but we had to make the rest of the move like with the minivan and holding the mattress.
That was an adventure.
Yeah, that was fun. So while we continue this conversation, let's each make a top 5 list of our favorite cars that we'd like to own, and then at the end of our conversation, we'll present them alternating, and that'll just be our the official Town Center Productions top 10 cars list.
All right.
But I remember renting that minivan, and like I remember your wife kind of driving it, and we would be in the back. Like I remember we had like ties going into the car, around like the seats.
We were
and
moving
stuff.
my mattress, so we rented a minivan. We stuck it in the top, and we tied it, and we didn't tie it that good because we made it just a few miles, and we had to stop because it's coming down. So I mean, we were driving LA freeway down into Orange County, so it wasn't like it was a unpopulated area with small roads. This was like major freeways we were doing this on.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I haven't really had a lot of, I would say, unfair car history. I mean, I've been pretty fortunate that my cars have, and I've always had cheap cars. I've never had a brand new car, but overall they've worked reasonably well, I would say, considering all things considered. So...
All right, ready for
I'm having trouble thinking of 5 different cars. My list of the cars I'd like is a list of 1. So this is going to be kind of a long episode. So thank you for staying with us.
I guess this kind of shows that we're not necessarily big car people.
We aren't. Why did we come up with this idea?
I'm sure that some people would just like, bam, they'd have like a top 100 list of like by like different year submodels, and we're just like sedan. All right. Well, what do you say we just jump into it?
Yeah, let's jump into it. So save your best for last. So go in whichever order if you need to go in reverse order, that's fine. Why don't you go ahead and start?
All right. For number 5, I'm actually going to go with a Mini Cooper.
Mini Cooper.
Just because it'd be kind of fun.
Okay. That was actually number 10. So number 9.
Right, my number 5.
Yeah. So
okay.
So number 9, a Boss big giant van.
Nice. For number 8, that would be a Mustang GT. I actually drove one before in Hawaii, and it was fun.
Kind of like the Mustang gang we have living in our neighborhood. My next one would be a Toyota Avalon, because that's the car I currently have, and I'm totally content with it.
Not bad. So now we're on
number 6.
6. That'd be a Ford Shelby.
Hey,
Ford Shelby.
I don't know what that is.
So I drove one on Forza Horizon 3 in the video game, and it's quite cool.
Okay. I crossed out motorcycle because I'm not a motorcycle guy, but cool if you are. My next one is a Mazda that my parents used to own when I was a kid. I remember it kind of being a cool car. At least I thought when I was a kid it was a cool car. I don't remember what model it was, but Mazda.
Some Mazda.
And I wrote Mazda Red.
A Mazda Red.
Mazda Red car. So,
for my selection, I actually did put down motorcycle.
Oh, okay. So he's a motorcycle guy.
Not that I could be specific enough to name a specific brand, but a motorcycle could be fun.
I think Yamaha makes motorcycles.
They also make sound systems. That's weird.
Oh, yeah. Harley. My next one would be a large bus that you can kind of live in / drive around.
Ooh.
And look like a total hippie doing it.
So, and number 2, which would be my final one, that'd be a Toyota Tacoma, which is my current vehicle of choice. So I'm driving my dream car. How about that?
Nice. My top dream car, and the only car that I've ever really gotten kind of even mildly excited about, is a Jaguar. I think that'd be a fun car to have.
Oh yeah, I also remember now I like BMWs too, but whatever.
That doesn't count. Thank you for liking and subscribing and watching this rather long episode of And Rand. Comment below, what's your favorite car?
What car do you drive? What car would you like to drive?
There you go.
Thank you.
Have a good one.